Sat there editing it. It must have took me 3 weeks to edit. The track weren't even long, bro. It didn't warrant 3 weeks. Now I do that in about 20 minutes, bro, if that. The fact that I'm sat on a plane, I'm thinking, yo, I'm heading to Mexico to shoot a campaign. This is a mad thing, you know. And it's not a bad thing, but it can be a hindrance where we're waiting for everything to be perfect and everything to be right. The thing I like about Children of Zeus is Children of Zeus and Sleeps, they're the people that I've worked with the most in this city, yeah. I've tried to make it so that my work is my place. You're not even booked, but your boy's spinning somewhere, yeah, and it's like, yo, bro, is that mic here? Is that mic here? Like, oh, I don't know if I can, you know, yeah, slide me the mic, yo, 1, 2, say two things.
Right, hi guys, it's Dems and welcome to the Be Cool Studios podcast. And today, I am happy to bring this gentleman along. Now, if you're a real veteran of the old one, you gotta know who Faro is. You laughing for, bro? Being real.
Laugh, man. Go on, do your intro.
You gotta know who Faro is, man. So,
intro.
You know, rapper, director, dope individual, videographer. Like, I just want to jump in straight away and say this. Where'd you find the time?
The time's there, innit? What did Molly May say? Everyone's got the same 24 hours. No, I'm joking. But now the time's there.
Yeah.
But it's just a case of utilizing your time well, innit? Like using your time wisely. And I still don't think that I've even mastered that yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm spread thinly already, but I've not necessarily mastered how to execute fully everything that I'm trying to do yet, but I'm on the path to doing that.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, I've got certain things in place where, yeah, I'm becoming more and more efficient.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And to bring it back a bit, so it seems to so happen that every time I venture into something creatively, like, I always seem to shout you.
Yeah,
If you remember back in the day when I started doing, like, music, like one of the first tapes I did, I shouted you to jump on the tape. And that was purely from being a student and a fan of the game and seeing you like being out there doing some dope-ish. And I thought, look, it was dope to get this guy on the track. Yeah. When I started going into photography, I gave you a shout and I was like, yo, come on down and get involved. But from the outside looking in, I see you doing a lot of these things. And in Manchester as well, from the era that we came up in, from the music, I've seen a lot of guys transition into other creative avenues. Yeah. So what was the moment for you when you realized I'm going to make that transition into videography, i.e. going behind the lens? And
it kind of found me, so to speak. Firstly, I've always been into music videos from like a kid, bro. I'm talking small. And obviously, like, when we're going back, it was like early times of MTV, like MTV Raps and whatever else. Do you get me? And even just basic general chart shows, anything like that was popular culture, music videos, film, cartoons, whatever. I would just always take it in and soak it up, and my environment and everything else. So I felt like I've always had an eye for what looks aesthetically pleasing, so to speak. And then it was a mad one where I'd done my music stint, kind of like left that fall by the wayside, so to speak. And then I needed to make money in it. Like, I was just trying to make money, and I was working in a school. And then I was just chilling one lunchtime. I can't remember what I was doing. I was on the computer, might be looking for a new car or something. And I remember Vince, do you know Vince, Invincible?
Yes. Yeah.
Invincible, like, he's like one of like the early spitters in like the Manchester scene, yeah? Come up with rigs and No Fear, shouts to Cine and Deal and all them, man. But he sent me a message like, yo, bro, I've just shot this video. And it was some, I don't even know, 240p, bro. I don't even know. It weren't even in 240p times. It was 1080 times, innit? But whatever camera he had, that was, I'm saying 320 max.
Okay.
Yeah. For anybody who, no, 360 should I say? Yeah,
Right.
it's 360, right?
Yeah. I think is it 360?
It's 240, 360.
Yeah, you're right.
720.
There you go.
Some.
It doubles up.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, most of you will know about 1080p HD. Yeah, it weren't that, right? So he sent me this video, and he's like spitting. He's by a bridge. He's by a flipping roadside. He's doing this. He's doing that, and I'm watching this video. And really, if you took it in, it was whack. But I thought it was dope. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More so for the simple fact that I thought, yo, my boy's got a camera right there, and he's filmed this video, and he was able to piece it together. I want to have a go in it. That's all I thought. I want to have a go. I said, bro, let me shoot your next one, right? And then when I went to link him to get the camera, I thought, hold up, my sister's got a 5D Mark II. Let me go and get that and see what I can do with it. So she just gave me a quick little tutorial on it, showed me basically how to record. Didn't know anything about frame rates, didn't know anything about shutter speed, ISO, aperture. I'm saying all these words. I still kind of don't. I just see the numbers on the back of the camera and keep it moving, right? But anyway, went and took this camera, and then we shot a video. Sat there editing it. It must have took me 3 weeks to edit. The track weren't even long, bro. It didn't warrant 3 weeks. Now I do that in about 20 minutes, bro, if that. Yeah. And I was ambitious with the scenes, like bad lighting, up on some hilltop, fireworks and sparklers when I wanted smoke. Dumb. Yeah. Anyway, that was the first thing that I did in it. And then that went from me just doing that to doing like the odd other video. Not really delving into photography, but because I had a camera there, by the time I got my own, which was like in a couple years later, then that developed into people wanting like photos from me and everything else. But still, I wasn't heavily doing videos like that. It was just one of them ones where if you shouted me, or if I heard a track that you had, mostly Vince at the time, and before it progressed to Sleeps, but if you had something that I liked or whatever, or you shouted me, that's the only time I was picking up the camera. I was never actually like, I don't even, still to this day, don't see myself as a camera guy.
Why would you say that?
Because I've been around camera guys, and they're camera guys, and I'm not a camera guy. When I say that, because that didn't explain anything. When I say that, I mean, I've gone to shows, I've been booked to do photography at performances, live events or whatever. And I've taken my camera there, and I've gone and got the shots that I've needed to get, and that's it. Or I've gone there with my camera because I've got a camera and I'm going to capture some shots, and I'm just like in the crowd, or I'm on the stage, or I'm backstage, or I'm doing something else, not capturing, taking pictures. And when I see the photographers there, they're changing up things, they're sorting out the lenses, they're getting the best shot, best angles, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, yo, you've got a next level passion for that, innit? Like, I believe everyone's got their lane, and certain people, you can see when their passion comes out because of the way they conduct themselves while they're doing it. Do you get me? And I know, as much as I enjoy it, and as much as I might have some kind of creative flair to it, that's not who I am. Do you know what I mean?
So, who would you say you are then? Because, and the reason why I asked that as well is, I feel like there are a lot of us who, we might not enjoy something, or it might not be our passion. For example, it's like something I've said to Compton many a times. I picked up a camera from a mercenary standpoint. I'll keep it 100. I saw other dope creatives creating some incredible work. Yeah. And I'm a quick learner, and I thought, if you guys are doing this and you're getting paid, I can do this too.
Facts.
And I learned very quickly. Photography is something that you'll always still learn about. Same with videography, but I was able to pick up a skill and monetize it quickly. Yeah. So, do you enjoy it?
Enjoy what?
The videography side of things. Because you said it's not really who you are.
No. When I say it's not who I am. Yeah. I mean, then someone might message me and say, "Oh yeah, look, I'm getting much." Say, real example. Someone shouted me about their child. Yeah, they were getting a camera. They wanted to get their child into photography. What camera should I get? That's an entry level, blah, blah, blah. Now, if I was a camera guy, yeah, I would say, well, listen, you want to start with the Canon such and such and
this
such.
This guy here behind the camera.
He's a camera guy.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah. He's a camera guy, bro. Like, you can see, like, the things he does, the things he posts, the content and everything else. For me, that would be work. Yeah. But for him, that's a passion. And you can see the passion. My guy's got, like, I don't know, all kind of mad symbols and numbers next to it, letting you know, like, how you can get this shot and this look. That's a camera guy,
Real
bro. Yeah,
facts.
budding camera guy. I bet if he goes on holiday tomorrow, yeah, he's got his camera bag with him. And I don't mean a bag that he puts a camera in. I mean a bag built for cameras, lenses, this,
facts.
that, the other, little duster thing to wipe off your lens, blah, blah, blah. He's got that. That's a camera guy. I'm not a camera guy.
Facts.
For that simple fact. But do I enjoy it? Yeah, I love what I do. But I feel like there's so many, I don't know. Is it so many strings to my bow? I'm multifaceted, innit? So I feel like I do what it is that I need to do to get the project or look or job or whatever it is done. So if that means I've got to pick up a camera and take some shots, I'm going to do that. Do you get me? Or if it's going to be video, or if I'm going to just be doing like the sound design, or I'm styling. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So what would you say then is like one of the best projects you've worked on to date?
Best project to date.
Because I've seen you do some dope stuff online, like it wasn't, where did you go recently? And it was like loads of like block colours, like it was like a campaign that you did recently.
Yeah.
How was that?
Mexico. That was great. It was amazing. Let's not front, right? So if we go back to what I said, how I started, from me sat in a room in a school, seeing my boy's video to going to shoot a video in Mexico. Like, I know it wasn't just like the following day, and I've gone down many roads like to get there, but it's the fact that I'm self-taught in it. So the fact that I'm sat on a plane, I'm thinking, yo, I'm heading to Mexico to shoot a campaign. This is a mad thing, you know? And it was an experience. People say to me like, how was your holiday? I saw you on holiday. Oh, didn't you go on holiday this year? Weren't you in Mexico? And I'm like, holiday, bro. Like, from when I landed, it was working it. You got to graft, you got to go. We're looking at the locations, and then obviously we're getting up early to shoot it, and we're shooting all day, and then I've got to dump footage and send it over and everything else. But same time, it was like a dope experience to be able to do and take that in. So yeah, that was sick. But my favorite to date, I would say, I go off, because I started off doing music videos, it's what I'm left with at the end, the finished product. So something like Hard Work, Children of Zeus, because I already loved that track prior to even doing the video. Once I got my hands on the album, I thought, oh, this is a vibe. I know like my big sister would love this. Family members are going to love this. Olders, not just the young lot, are going to be down with this. And then to get shouted to do the video, and then to be able to watch that video and the track still like resonates because it was a banger anyway without a visual. And then the fact that a meaningful visual went to it and everything, that's one of my favorite. That, probably Wavy Dave 2 with Sleeps, because the fact it was just off the cuff, like it was random, 20 minutes we shot that, no plan.
To quickly interject, how much creative freedom were you given for the Children of Zeus project? Because you said they shouted you for that, right? So was it a case of they shouted you because obviously you've got the connection there, they knew what you were capable of, or was it one of them where they said, right, Faro's dope, let's just give him this because we know he's going to do it justice? How did that come about?
The thing I like about Children of Zeus is Children of Zeus and Sleeps, they're the people that I've worked with the most in this city, yeah? And the people that I enjoy working with the most are those that, one, they will have some ideas, yeah? Sometimes it's dope if you've got the whole idea and I'm just pretty much visualizing it and putting my spin on it. But I love when someone totally trusts me and says, look, I've got this track, don't really know what I want to do for it, but what do you think? What can you come up with? Do you get me? And they leave it with me, and I can ask them questions like, yo, what does that track mean to you? What kind of space were you in when you wrote it? Tell me what this bit means, because obviously music to everyone, it's art in it, and art is pretty much open to your interpretation. Some things are very direct in it, like it is what it says on the tin, yeah? And then some things it's just for you to decipher based on your own reference points or viewpoints. So I have my view, but I always ask them theirs and where they were going and whatever else. And then I write a storyboard and then I deliver it to them, see which way they want to go with it. Are they feeling this, that, the other? So yeah, to answer your question, that just came about from them shouting me and asking me to just put my stamp on it. Like pretty much most of the videos, they might add a few bits and say, look, I think, to be honest, I think Connie Con said to me, mentioned something about Up, you know, the movie, I don't know if like the Pixar movie or DreamWorks, the animation, Up. So I kind of went off that with a man and his wife, and he loses his wife and this, that, the other. Do you get me? So yeah, that was it.
Okay, dope, man. But I still want to, because before we jumped in, we were having a conversation the other day about finding the time to like get things done. So are you now self-employed, or are you on PAYE as a, what is your title? And the reason why I did my intro is because you wear many hats.
Yeah.
So are you fully freelancer?
I work full time.
Yeah.
I work full time and I freelance on the side, innit? And I just see it as, it's got to a point now which I'm thankful for. I'm not where I want to be. I'm still on the journey in it, and like it's a long road, but I'm enjoying the journey, because obviously sometimes the destination can be an anticlimax, innit? Yeah. But right now I've tried to make it so that my work is my play. So when I first started doing any kind of editing or anything like that, that was play. When I was barring, like, you know, when we go youth club and all them things there now, or touch a stage, or your boy, you're not even booked, but your boy is spinning somewhere, and it's like, yo, bro, is that mic? Is that mic? Like, oh, I don't know if I can, you know, slide me the mic, yo, 1, 2, say two things, see if Mr. Promoter's gonna come and shut me down. Yo, he's not shutting me down. I got the place rocking, and I'm up. I'm not getting paid for it at that time, but I'm getting in. I don't have to pay to get in. I'm getting drink, this, that, the other. So I'm working, but I'm playing. So when I started editing and doing all that stuff, that was things where I stopped playing PS, and I was just doing that. Like, I'm watching a show, but I'm also editing something. That was my play. And then it was one of them ones where it's like, yo, I need to get paid off this play. So now I'm working full time, but then I'm also freelancing, and I'm also hosting, trying to get into a bit of presenting and doing various other things. Like, that's just stuff I do for fun, but the bonus is I get paid off it. And the bonus is, in this new day and age of social media and everything else, then there's peas to make in it. It can be a work, it can be a career.
Facts. So were you headhunted for the role, the full-time role you're in, or did you have to go down the normal routes of
do you know what?
Applying?
It was, I went there to do freelancing. It shouts to my boy Simeon. So Simeon, this is the mad thing, innit? Simeon Night Riders, that was a crew that I was a part of back in the day, It's me, Simeon, Adeo, who's Bipolar Sunshine, Gnosis, who's James, he does like the music and sources the tracks, and wicked songwriter and everything, where I work as well. Also, on top of that, we got Curtis Sugar B. He's not doing anything musical. I think he's the only one that doesn't really necessarily do anything music fashion, but he's got some like business popping off as well. But I can't remember the original question. What was the question? What was the question?
Neither can I, because I was just listening along.
Okay, working. Was it work?
No, so I was saying to you.
Oh, was I headhunted?
Exactly.
No. So what it is my boy, Sim, he brought me in to do some, just basically do some editing, some just mundane stuff. But then a lot of contracts that I had like fallen. So at that time now, I was just free, bro. Like I wasn't working or anything. I was just doing a bit of freelancing, but I wasn't fully active in it, because it goes up and down. And then, I was doing editing, and then lockdown came. And then when lockdown came, bro, it was one of them ones where I was like, yo, what am I gonna do? Like, this is peak. And then because I went to such a low space, I also thought, I don't even want to do anything to do with cameras no more. Like, what am I gonna do? Didn't know which way I was gonna turn, but it was like a mad one. So I started looking for all kinds of work. And then next thing, things got busy there again. So I started going and like shooting. Next minute I'm doing some campaigns and everything, and then next minute I get offered a job, and then I got that job. That's
dope. So for the younger that's listening right now, you know, you mentioned there that you've had friends who they've shouted you because they're like, yo, what camera should I get my kid, etc. Do you know? For the younger that wants to get into like videography, i.e. working on campaigns, for example, what would your advice
working
be
on campaigns or video
just videography to then get to that stage where they're doing campaigns or freelance stuff? Like, what piece of advice would you give them?
I would say, just shoot. and don't wait around. Like sometimes we can do this whole thing where, and it's not a bad thing, but it can be a hindrance where we're waiting for everything to be perfect and everything to be right. I want to start this, but I need to have this and I need to have that. And the big show that I watched, they use this mic and they use this camera, and nah, it doesn't. It's not worthy if it's not an Arri or blah blah blah. But I've also seen dons like just do things with what they have in it, yeah. And if you just work with what you have, so some of you may not have the paper there, like your family. You might not be able to work because you're young. Your family members haven't got peas like that because, look, the cost of living and everything like that's going up. Yeah, but what do you have? You've got an iPhone, innit? Do photography with your iPhone, bro. Yeah, or if you're shooting a video, can that iPhone shoot videos? Yeah, and then bam, there's editing suites that you can get on your actual phone, or there's editing suites that you can get on your computer. In my early days, when I first got shouted for videos outside of the ones that I did for, like, say, Vincent Sleeps, Children of Zeus shouted me off the back of, obviously, they know my face. Yeah. I didn't know them like that. My face from being around the city, but they shouted me, Connie Con shouted me off the back of me posting pictures on my Instagram, innit? And he just liked the aesthetic of the pictures that I posted. They were all on the iPhone and edited on the iPhone, yeah? So it's just about using what you have around you and not necessarily waiting and just getting creative with it, innit? The shot looks wild. Take a picture or a video and it looks mad. It looks, it doesn't look clear. Add some grain to it and say it's VHS. Do you get me? Like,
yeah,
just get creative with it. How does it look to you? What does that shot tell you? Yeah. Okay, right, I'm gonna add a warped effect then because my focus wasn't right, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, don't have the whole video out of focus, but just no shots lost in it. You get me? So
what's a normal working week look like for you then?
A normal working week?
Because this is why I say, and I keep going back to it, I don't know how this man manages to find the time, you know. Because
but wait, what are you going off though? Because I'm saying
only the instance. This
is it. So this is it. Like we can't believe everything we see. Now, please no, I'm not saying that like I'm out here fronting, because there ain't no fronting. Like there's no smoke and mirrors, but things aren't always necessarily what they seem, and from looking on people's Instagrams and everything else like that, it sounds like or looks like things are just busy and popping off and everything else.
Yeah, it's the highlights.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily like that, but the week is a busy week though. I will say that it's not a front, but that's not all creativity. That's sometimes, like, I'm a dad, innit, a father of two, parent, like, I've got my missus needs time, I need time to see my missus, my family, like, my ma dukes, my sister, my niece, like, just little things, like, natural friendship and bonds, and then also day job work, and then what I'm trying to build, so I have to factor in the time, and then often I just feel like, yo, you know what's mad? I've not had any time to myself. Like, I have time for others and I'm making sure that I'm being there for others and I'm always with someone, but I'm rarely by myself though. So the time when that time comes and I get like a little few hours, like that's when I...
And what does downtime look like for you?
Downtime can be just probably watching a documentary or something on Netflix, or gym when I go.
Yeah, same.
Gym when I go, or... It used to be like a drive. I don't really drive too much now.
You got chauffeurs now, innit? Yeah, big up.
You know what I'm saying? My chauffeur, the Maybachs outside. No. I don't drive too much now because I live in Ancoats, bro. I don't need to. I can just walk to everywhere where I need to go. And listening to some music, man. Some music, like a lot of 70s jams and thing like that. That's my chill time. That's when I'm in my mode, innit?
Yeah. No, that's good, because one of the last episodes that we did, Compton and I were talking about the importance of knowing when you physically feel that burnout coming along as well, and knowing how to manage that. So we always say, like, it's important to have the things that you do that's away from everybody else, that just allow you to then recharge and get back in that creative space. So now I've had a conversation with another videographer friend of mine, and I was saying, like, when it's freelance work, for example, he says he loves freelance work because it's, what's the word he used? Unpredictable. Right. It allows him to keep his creative buzz going because he's
unpredictable in what sense?
as
like,
in he doesn't know
he doesn't know what's going to come in.
what type of projects.
Right.
So the fact that he gets different types of projects that come in, that's what keeps him alive creatively. Because he feels like if he was doing like the same campaign stuff, the same brand shoots, he'll get to a space where creatively he doesn't want to do that anymore. How do you, when you're working full time on the different campaigns, how do you keep that creative spark going on the different projects? Because granted, they are different anyway, but
what the when you say different projects, you mean like different campaigns or different things I'm working on?
Different campaigns in work, like, do you? I'm assuming because I'm not a videographer, so when talk us through a campaign, if you can, in terms of, is it obviously you got to do your mood boards, you got your, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So with when it comes to that kind of campaign, you've got it's a huge team, innit?
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm necessarily thinking of everything. So you will have a creative that will have like the vision and the ideas, and you know like what they want to do. Then a stylist that will bring together all the fits and everything else. And then you got your model booker. They'll select the models. I'm saying this, I don't even actually know that bit. You know, when I really check it, when it gets delivered to me, it's just this is the theme. These are the models. These are the fits.
Yeah.
This is the location. Blah, 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 blah. And then I see that and it's like, all right, okay, so what am I bringing? Now, sometimes they're very direct in saying like, yo, this is what we want and that's it. So all I've got to do is shoot it, make sure it looks good, give it a nice little edit pattern. And then sometimes it's like, okay, right, well, I'm going to throw in my 2 pence, so to speak, and this is reminding me of this, so I might get some scenes from a film and put that in, and get some little location like pictures, like to just create the vibe and the kind of mood I want to go for. It's all good having a location, but what mood is it that I'm looking for? And then I'm able to then direct a model and say, look, this is what I want. This is how you're feeling right now. This is, do you know what I mean? And then So it's just a case of just building all that up, all my reference points, because I just feel like same thing when it comes to these campaigns, it's a music video or whatever, naturally, it's like if someone tells you something, if you smell something, if you hear something, it sparks your creative juices. You get me? Everything starts flowing, and then what comes up, so it's what comes, okay, well, I see this and I see that, and this reminds me of this Salt and Pepper video back in the day when they were coming down the stairs. I need the stairs scene, blah, 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 bam, and then you've got it, and then you just try and execute and get that as close as either bang on or close to as possible. Sometimes things go wrong, you gotta just throw in something, you get me?
Right, so for an ambitious man, because at the end of the day, someone who wears many hats and does it well, and also you said before, you know, you got plans for where you want to get to. As an ambitious man, what is the cost of success?
Comfort. Nah, hold up. As an ambitious man, what is the cost of success? Wait, I said comfort straight away.
Yeah.
So let me ride with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expand.
You gotta sacrifice comfort in order to get what you want. Yeah. I've done that naturally over the years.
Yeah.
But I ain't sacrificed enough. And I like to be comfy. Yeah.
Why do you think you've not sacrificed enough?
Because I've not gone hard enough, bro. Like, what do they say in them cartoons and that? They say my final form and all them thing there. It's not my final form, bro. I've not gone hard enough, and there can be, sometimes there's a level of complacency. I get to certain points in my life and then I just start to like ease off the gas a bit. Like I'm just feeling good. Like I don't feel like I need to necessarily go harder, but like if I'm trying to get to where I want to get to, I need to sacrifice more comfort in it. So like that's even down to comfort. When I'm saying that, even time, when you said what you do for downtime, certain times there's no downtime there. It's necessary, before you burn out, yes. But certain times when I just want to, I've had a long day, I'm thinking, I've been working all day, I've not had no time to myself, I'm going to come home and chill. But me and you have got a meeting that night. But I'm kind of cancelling that meeting because I'm thinking, I'll just meet my man next week, man, next Monday. because I just want to chill tonight. Now, sometimes that chill is necessary, but other times when I've not necessarily done that and I've gone to the meeting and I've heard what I've needed to hear or whatever, there's been a great opportunity. Or it might be an event that I'm meant to do, like, yo, it's not really paid, so I don't know if I really want to go, but I'm not going to go. That's one thing. Sit home, watch foolishness on TV and everything, wake up the next day, yo, that event was sick. Or another time, same event, I go, different scenario, I go to the event, it's not necessarily paid, but I've got dope footage, I've got dope content to share, I've made dope contacts, like, it's just created like an extra life, pretty much like those games, you know, the driving games where it's like you're getting down to near zero and then you get to the checkpoint and you got another 60 seconds and that, yeah? It's just checkpoints, innit? So, yeah.
I've got you, man, because like the question I asked you was what was the cost of success for you?
So that's it. So comfort,
ambitious man.
So sometimes it's making those sacrifices and sacrificing comfort, the going outs, the turning up, the brethrens on the phone shouting you, telling you that there's this motive or whatever it is that's going on, and you're like, nah, you know what? I've got this business plan that I'm working on. You'll be working on that tomorrow? Yeah, I will be though, but I'll be one step closer tomorrow than I am today if I went with you get me? Yeah. So yeah, just sacrifices, bro.
Because it's a conversation that Compton and I had recently.
Yeah.
I saw something online once and it, in essence, said, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact quote, but a person who lives, let's say, to 80, 90, you are in an average lifespan of 80, you'll have more years as an older person than a younger person. Now that just sounds easier to say because of course you do, but their whole point was try and make sacrifices in your youth because when you're young, you got the energy.
Yeah, definitely.
You can go ham 14 days straight, maybe 5-6 hours sleep, and then once you get past a certain point, you got responsibilities. Life catches up. Can't do it like you used to. So it is important, I say, to sacrifice. And one of the things that I think is also important for us is to basically, it's tough, you know, because when you know what you're capable of and where you're trying to get to, and you think to yourself, but you need to save time for family and whenever, and I do it, I'm guilty of it. I'll think, for example, right, no, I need to get this done and I'm supposed to go see my nephew. I'll be like, nah, I'll go see him next week. But not realizing that to you, you're thinking, oh, it's calm, he'll understand that, I'll see him next week. But to him, he was probably really looking forward to chilling with his uncle for those couple hours.
His weeks don't run like your week, so his next week is a long way away. For you, that next week's gonna come like that.
Yeah.
You get me? So yeah.
How do you find the balance as a family man with the work that you do and wearing all these hats? Because, you know, I'd say probably that's the most important one. So how do you make that time? It's tough.
It is tough. And what were you saying before? You said about sacrifices and doing certain things when you're younger and you've got the energy. And that's the thing, innit? In our world now, bro, it's one of them ones where once upon a time, before we was even doing this, you had to, I don't know, probably get a degree to a certain extent and have things done and get a job at the BBC to create this and whatever. With social media, YouTube and all them things there, like it just opens up like the floodgates for everybody to do this creative thing. Yeah. So what it is there's times when in previous years, yo, I've been tired, bro. Like I remember getting to 30 and thinking, yo, I'm tired though. Like not tired like I'm done out. Definitely weren't done out. Yeah. But certain times when certain things are going on, I'm not trying to be in the mix. I'm not trying to be there. I ain't got that energy. And then there'll be like someone who's 19, think about it, they've just stepped onto the scene though. Yeah, just fresh. Everything's exciting to them. Like everything's all new. We've been there, done that, and whatever else. So they're answering calls, they're answering emails, they're just on it. So then, as an older person now who has not got that energy, also got commitments and this, that, the other. Yeah, it's a struggle, and you have to like kind of push through it. But it takes me back to Vince one time. He was like, "Yo, have you done that edit, bro? You finished that edit, right?"
How long did he give you?
He didn't give me a time.
Okay.
I just said, look, yo, I've got this idea, bro. Yeah. And I'm gonna execute this thing, innit? Like, come, let me do it, innit? It was proper ambitious because this was like the second video I've ever done. I told you, bro, I still don't know how to work this camera.
Yeah.
Still don't know how to work Adobe Premiere that I was doing the edit on. And I was wanting to do a video, where he was talking to himself, innit? Yeah. Right? So it's like pretty much like me and you here now.
Yeah.
But this is Vince and that's Vince.
Yeah.
In various scenarios. Not a setup for the camera guys, yeah. Not a setup where it's like the camera's on a tripod and you you split the screen in the middle. Yeah. And just fade it out a little bit and you got two man there, doing the same. But not even one of them, bro. It was one of them ones where he's talking, there's different angles, the camera goes round, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I was trying to do the most and I had no clue. And
was that your idea? You said you was going to do
fast, bro. I was fast, bro. Like ambitious, innit? Oh yeah, this track. It was a remix to Lil Wayne's Mirror, innit? Yeah. I'm like, oh, this track, it's got to be like this, and it's got to be like that, and you're gonna be this part, and got the man them to play little roles.
You got him gassed, didn't you? Because he was like, yo.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, this is how sick you get me, got street, you get me, all that shit, yeah. So anyway, it comes time to do it now. 4 weeks is gone, bro. Yeah. I'm saying 4 weeks since we've shot it, and I've sat down with it, right? So now I was like, yo, how's that video coming along, whatever. I must have been like halfway through and it's like, right, you're not done, whatever. And then I'm like, yo, wait, hold up a minute, because this isn't paid anyway, and everything, but this is our agreement, but it was calm. I'm like, hold up, bro, you gotta understand, like, I'm editing this video, like, late at night at yours, because I don't have my own computer, then I'm leaving your yard at, like, say, 2 a.m. to go home, to sleep, to wake up, to deal with my daughter, who was, like, I think 3 at the time. I think maybe I had my son as well. So I had 2 kids, 1 and 4 or something. Got to deal with them in the morning, maybe do school run. Then I've got to get to work all day to come back to your house to come and edit some more. Nah, man, I'm tired. And then my guy said, he's apologized for this, but I've told him since he's apologized for it, yo, you shouldn't have apologized for it, bro, because it's true. Harsh, but true. He goes, yo, the game don't care if you've got kids, G. The game don't care. I'm like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, bro, do you think the fact that you might have some kids, or you might have a mortgage that you need to pay, or you might have whatever commitment it is that's taking away your time, do you think the next brother that's not necessarily got those hindrances or whatever else cares though? Do you think life or anything is going to say, right, you know what, he's not going to get to that point because he's got an unfair disadvantage, so we're going to wait for him and then you can move? It doesn't work like that, innit? This is life. So basically, a long-winded way of saying, you got to just work with what you have and the time that you have, and you can't be too precious with things, or too woe is me, or oh, I'm tired, or I'm not saying you can't be tired, like, you got to listen to your body and everything, but you've just got to go and you've got to find the time.
How's your time management these days? Because you touched on something I find very important, because like you said, a 19-year-old probably still living at mum's, for example, young, carefree, and really got that many responsibilities. He can afford to do the mad thing, and like at the drop of a hat, you'll get a call to go do a job somewhere, mad, exotic, whatever. Whereas when you get older, you have the responsibilities, you need to be more efficient with your time. So how is time management for you these days?
Time management is a lot better because it's all lifestyle choices. So I'm trying to manage my time better, not just with work, but just across the board with everything in it, and it's just a case of planning, knowing what it is that I need to do that week or that day, and I'm ticking it off. And then also being in the space, in the position where I'm able to cherry pick, because I'm not so dependent on projects. There was once upon a time when any project that came through, I need to take it because I just need to pee. That's the hard bit about, say, the whole freelance world, But because I'm able to cherry pick, then I know what projects are going to serve me and what aren't. No, and sometimes it's not about like getting the paper or whatever. It's what I want to attach my name to, or what I think I can give the best version of myself to. Do you get me? Apply myself to. So being able to do that means that now it's not everything that comes in I take, and I just know how to utilize my time. I know when, say, I'm busy, when I'm not dealing with, say, the kids because they're at school or whatever it might be, at their mums or whatever else, when my missus has her time when she's there, when I need to fit in this person for a meeting or need to go and get a trim or it's just a lot of planning, man. Like,
I hear that.
But it also, it's important to write it down, but then it just gradually gets like that autopilot.
I hear you. And you mentioned before as well, because it's something, again, I'm referring back to Compton, because you are the second person we've had in there. Most of the conversations have been between ourselves. But when you are an ambitious when you're an ambitious person and you know where you want to get to, sometimes it's easy for us to just say, oh, I'd love to have this. Like, some of us are not realists. So in terms of where you want to get to, are you actively putting those plans in place to get to that point?
I am. Now.
Yeah.
I would say, I thought, if you asked me this question 5-10 years ago, I would have thought I was, but it was pretty much more pipe dreaming, because it was one of them ones where I knew where I wanted to get to. I knew the location, I knew the destination, but I didn't have a map to take me there. Didn't know if it was really even achievable. It was just like, dreaming it. Like, oh, I want to be like this and I want this, but I'm not doing the right steps, taking the right steps to actually achieve it. And then now it's one of them ones where I'm just doing so many different things, working on so many things. I know where I want to get to, but I am also aware it might take me somewhere else that I'm not aware of in it. I'm a strong believer that God has a plan, and I'm not the master of that. I don't know where it is. I know where I think I'm gonna go, but where I end up, I don't know. Do you get me? But I walk by faith and not necessarily by sight in it, and I believe that God will take me to where I'm supposed to be.
Okay. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you this. As a former music man myself, who came up looking up to the likes of you, because like I said before, anyone that's really from the 01, they gotta know who Faro is. So I say that to say this: the transition you took from music to being behind the scenes of the camera, videographer, director, etc., you must miss it.
Miss what? Music? I don't miss music now.
What?
I don't miss music now.
Why? I don't believe that. Sorry.
No, I don't. Bro, I don't, you know. Do you know what it is? It's a mad thing, yeah, and it's also coming to terms. So you got to think that transition, I don't think anyone who is feeling something is able to just say, right, boom, I'm done with that and I'm going to just do this. Yeah, it is a mad...
Just happen overnight though?
It didn't. So what happened was elves and like funky decisions, and also putting trust in the wrong people. Do you get me? Like bad management and people making decisions for me. Do you know what I mean? And what it is with the music thing, especially in the earlier stages, I think it's like, I'd say it's like that now. If you burn your bridges, then it's hard to, how are you getting across again? Do you get me? And when I say burning bridges, it's not like I crossed anyone or did anything funky, but it was one of them ones where I was rising consistent. I don't think I ever actually had any full commercial releases or anything like that. It wasn't like that. It was all very underground bubbling. Yeah. And then there just was a time when I kind of had to fall back a bit because of bad stuff that was just going on and like taking place. And then I got to a point where it's like, right, boom, I need to flipping work in it. Yeah. And then when it came to time of starting to work, and then I had my daughter, and I need to put food on the table, suddenly £500 at the time for a music video just didn't seem feasible, bro. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't justify it. And then I'm thinking, yo, I need this, like these garms and everything, because I'm not trying to come to music video looking dusty, bro. Yeah, it weren't one of them. So it's not £5, it's more. And then to pay to get it on Grime Daily, which was like $2.50 at the time, you don't even know if it's going to make it. Bro, I just knew that I needed to have peas. So I tried my best to try and like uphold that. When I picked up the camera, shot some of my own videos and everything, like I'm talking, put up the camera like there, run round, spit, go back, watch the playback, go home, edit it. Like, so I tried to manage myself and all them things there, fake manager name. Like, bro, I was grafting like I'm grafting now, but I was grafting there just for me, innit? Yeah. And then then in the end it kind of like fizzled, and I kind of stopped, and then I kind of made peace with it, because at first hard, bro. Like that's what I've been doing for what, the last 11 years or something at the time. And then had to kind of like knock it off, made that piece and made this transition. And then since this transition anyway, it's been one of them ones where the odd time I've been touching mic to host and that. Yeah, that's kind of fed it a bit because it's still a stage, so to speak. I'm still getting to ride beats and everything and do what I love. I don't have any commercial releases or anything like that. But say the odd time I might had a tune that's underground spinning in a club that's shutting a rave down or whatever it may be. Yeah. So that's kind of fed it. And then now I'm at this place now where it's pretty much feels like the height of everything. Hosting's like going good. Videos going good. I can be shooting some campaigns or like a dope music video or whatever. My creative juices are fed in it, so I don't feel like I need to be sat there writing to tell you guys my story.
Incredible segue. When was the last time you wrote a lyric? Even if no one knows, we all have a catharsis. So even though I don't do music anymore, for example, I've always been a lover of words, so I need to read. Not really written anything. But when was the last time you wrote something?
I think the last time I wrote something was lockdown.
Yeah.
When Sleeps did the Who Wants Smoke challenge.
Yeah.
Sleeps. Obviously everyone knows Sleeps. Innit? Dope spitter, dope producer.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. My boy as well. So he did this challenge, and when he does a challenge, that's the time when I just think, all right, I'm going to jump on this. But typically I don't, and I don't know if I'll ever do that again either. But more so if he does a challenge or Star One or something, I jump on it because it's my people then.
Okay.
So lockdown 2020, bro, 2 years ago.
I hear it, man.
Still nice though. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
I'm still nice though. Of course. Like I hear stuff and I think I hear some simple stuff and I think that's dope, and I hear some complex stuff and I think that's dope. I think all sorts of stuff is dope. I hear a lot of trash as well, but I know how to put some words together or some bars together and make it sound good, innit?
I think perhaps for like those who came up in like our generation, so I never went through no management or anything like that. I just did it for the love of it, kind of thing. But perhaps the infrastructure wasn't really even there.
There was no infrastructure, bro. It wasn't possible.
We came up, I don't want to say the wrong time, but
you know what, bro? It kind of was because infrastructure is paramount, bro. And there was no infrastructure. There was no, at the time, bro, I wished I had an older, innit? Like I've got a big brother in life and he helped me with things. Like he might run my MySpace when I can't do it or whatever else, but I'm telling him, innit, he had no clue as to what was going on out here. And we didn't have what we have now, bro. Now we've got photographers, we've got stylists, we've got all kinds of people that want to do the various things that it takes to push a look or an image or a sound or whatever, tastemakers, whoever's here in the city, and we have all of them here. So someone is here doing their thing, and we're able to get behind them, and like-minded individuals and people who wants to put on shows and whatever else. But back when we were doing our thing now, bro, the clubs didn't even want it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So how was man meant to hold it up? But then what happened is, I remember like when it got to like say around about 2012 times, I was seeing it was almost kind of like how the other half live, because I was going to town when I'm thinking, yo, everything's dead, like for this grime thing and all that, long gone, bro. Like ain't nothing happening. But then I went to Mint Lounge and I'm seeing like Strategy, DRS, Skittles, Rich Reason, Lola Levels, like all of that, like Merkage. It was just a different thing. I was thinking, yo, this is what we've been missing in it. South Manny, we have this thing where we think we're it. Do you get me? And
we are,
the sound. No. Yeah, it's debatable, but naturally, like we just think like, yo, we've got it. Like our spitters are the best. This, that, the other, and we're just focusing on mixtapes and releases and who's got a video or whatever. But there's man that's building up vibes.
In our own little microcosm that we couldn't see out of.
Yeah, that's it, bro. And there's man that's holding a mic there, and they've got a following. That's why they will drop a tune, bro, and the tune's got traction because there's people there that can see them. They can hear them shelling. Do you get me? And support their thing and their movement. So, mad, bro.
No, I just feel sometimes. No.
Interrupt you. Do you miss it? You must miss it. For you to say I must and I don't, that means you do.
So I battle with myself, right? And the reason why I battle with myself is a part of me, because I'm a competitive person, and because I truly, for me, what I enjoyed about music was the words, i.e. how it made you feel, how you can connect things together. And I look at music like a jigsaw or whatever, but I was looking at, like, listening to some, like, old stuff the other day, and I was thinking to myself, like, very arrogant of me to say what I'm about to say, but I literally thought to myself, if money was no object, right, I'd go back out there as an artist and I would not even write anything new. That's how good my old stuff is. I'd kill it right now.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't speak like that, but I said what I said.
Yeah, but
I do miss it.
You're a rapper, you're supposed to think like
you still got that fire in your belly, do you know what I mean? Would you do a passion project? And when I say passion project, I don't mean like a tape or something. Like, I feel like if energy is a real thing for me. I won't say I'm a religious man per se, but I believe in energy.
Yeah.
You got to tell me if the energy was energy in Faro, and the right people come together and say, we're putting off a one-off set.
Set?
Yeah.
What do you mean set?
Like a set, man.
Like a grime set?
No, even if it's like hip-hop, whatever. You got to come out. You got to come out for
a one-off set for what, though? What's the purpose?
What's the purpose?
Who's on this set?
This is what I said to you. The energy's got to be energy. And so, depending on who's on it, if it was something for Manchester, so let's say, our era, for example, and it's the right people that came out.
I'm going to stop you right now.
How cool?
I'm going to stop you right now.
Not involved.
Yeah, if you're saying set, so if you're saying there's two turntables and a mic, yeah, and it's like a cipher, then nah, I'm not involved.
How come?
Because I would rather. I'm not thinking of like the viewer or what is contributing. I would rather have something that I can look back on with pride and it stimulates me more than what a set would. A set, the most I'm gonna get out of that set is my guy sounding live, me followed by this guy sounding live, and what I did in the middle of that situation there, and whether I duppied it or what, some nice punchlines and some nice reactions, maybe a reload and a nice flow. But if it was something that I was doing, I would rather it be a project, innit? So I would rather be a part of a project, something that's like visually captivating, styled properly, like artistic direction, something, bro. So I can look back on that and it's giving something.
So if
the
if the energy was energy, a passion project.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
Okay, I hear that.
Hell yeah, like
the fire never dies.
No. Hell yeah. Like if someone came to me and said, look, this is what we're doing,
yes,
bro, and I need you to be in it. And it resonated with me, yeah, I'll be in it.
Yeah.
If it's like, I need you to be in it, but I want you to come with some words. I'll be like, yo, and I'd be excited for that, bro. Because it's a challenge, innit? Like the whole writing and just throwing yourself into something and just letting yourself just get wrapped and absorbed in the flipping magic of this creative thing here. Like, it just makes it more, it just adds to it. Being in it's one thing, but being able to add more to it, whatever that medium is. Yeah, it adds to it, man.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's next up? To surmise.
What's next up?
Yeah.
Next up is a funny one, because do you tell people that? Do you tell people what's next? Unless I've got a release date like out on October the 31st. Yeah? Do you tell people that? Or do you let them see?
I kind of don't. The older I'm getting, I realise I keep cards a bit close to my chest. That being said, to go back in, what's next up as in, where do we see you? Because you mentioned there that there's somewhere you're trying to get to and you've already got those plans in place. And this time next year, what have you put in place to make sure that you've leveled up? Because that's something that I try to do every year. I make sure something in my life has leveled up from the previous year. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. 12 months from now, how have you leveled up?
12 months from now, how have I leveled up? I've been more organised, more active, a lot more, putting out a lot more work for people to see, engaging and taking. And yeah, I think it's just a case of you'll see or hear more of me, whatever that is. When I say that, I mean like I said, I do various things in it. So be it some kind of podcast, be it some kind of presenting, hosting, or you don't actually physically see me, but you see my work or something I'm attached to, then that's what that is.
Dope.
So that's what all the work is right now, innit? The work is, I just feel like I'm around a lot of dope individuals. I think everyone's dope in it by default, bro. And it's whether we tap into that potential or not. But I think I'm around a lot of dope individuals, and I want to put on for myself, but also want to put the man them and the gal them on, bro. Like, sick people around me, innit? I want to showcase them.
I hear it strong. And that has been Faro, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate you forwarding today because, like we always say, time is something we can't get back. So anyone that takes their time out of their day for us, from the bottom of my heart, bro, I respect that, Karl. We're all busy people these days, but thank you for coming. Let them know where they can find you, brother.
Thanks for having me. You can find me on videography stuff, Karl John, Karl with a K, KARLJOHN _. Personal, Faro, FARO _. Presenting, more hosting stuff, all this sort of stuff is on the way up, the way like weighing scales, WEIGH up _.
All right.
Get that at the bottom, bro. Put that at the bottom.
Yeah. We're gonna do that for you.
People that can't stay with me and all that. Yeah.
Come on, man. Right. Manners and respect. That's been the Be Cool podcast. And you know the phrase, be cool, be true, be you. Oh.